Pressure now being placed on Ohio lawmakers in Washington not to vote for discretionary funding cuts that would impact Ohioans with disabilities.
Now, one program in particular the Trump administration wants to eliminate benefited a local woman who's pursuing her dream to be a doctor. 10 TV reporter Kevin Landers is live in studio tonight with her story.
Yeah, good evening. People with disabilities in Ohio often require legal assistance to help them qualify for funding for things like career assistance. It's called the Client Assistance Program, or CAP. Some lawmakers want to cut it to reduce federal spending. Alexis Boswell used the money to fight to get the funding she needed to go to medical school.
So I have to live my life very precisely.
Looks can be deceiving if you have what Alexis Boswell calls an invisible disability. Called Arnold-Chiari, it's a brain malformation where surgery is required to remove a piece of the skull to take pressure off the cerebellum. The disability causes debilitating migraines.
The pain that I felt prior to my first surgery felt like my head was being held in a vice 24/7. I never had times without pain.
In order to get access to accommodations for school, like a computer that would allow her to read and write, she turned to an advocate to fight on her behalf.
And what I fear is that other people in my situation who are trying to get to a higher level of education like me with a disability will not have an advocate who gets them through the process.
That fear is rooted in a plan in Washington that would eliminate the federally funded CAP program that pays for advocates to defend the rights of those with disabilities.
We've never seen this type of cut or attack on our programs in the decades they've been supported with bipartisan support.
The CAP program, which funds advocates, is part of the Department of Education, which the Trump administration has begun to dismantle.
And we need to stop thinking about these programs as an expense or maybe even fraud, waste, and abuse, like they think of Medicaid, for example, and remember that they're actually positive contributions to the overall society.
As for Alexis Boswell, who hopes to graduate from medical school in 4 years, she hopes politicians in Washington will see her success as something that should be replicated in others with disabilities.
I can for certain say that without my advocate, I wouldn't have made it.
Those in support of cutting the funding for disabilities generally are concerned about fiscal responsibility, the impact on the economy, and the need to promote work incentives. An appropriation hearing scheduled next week was taken off the calendar, so it's not clear when lawmakers will vote on the cuts. Disability Rights Ohio says it met with Representative Troy Balderson, Mike Carey, and Marcy Kaptur, who told them they support the program. Back to you.